What's going on, everybody? SeanPierceJohnson here at Winter NAMM 2019. I am in a very cool little trailer garage thing. Seymour Duncan has released a new pedal called Dark Sun with Mark Holcomb, and we got Larry here who's been a demonstrator with them. He's going to walk us through some of the finer features and tell us what exactly we can expect. First off, Larry, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
Glad to have you here, Sean.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're pretty excited. There's been some really cool stuff that debuted this year at NAMM, and I mean, like fresh out of the box. A lot of people didn't even know. This was kind of a surprise, you know, that Mark's pedal was going to be out in time, or out at all, and everything. I think a lot of people didn't even know this was coming. Did you know this was coming?
Only when I saw some sort of weird teaser Instagram post from him, but he's like, hey, Seymour Duncan and I are working on something. Yeah. My first instinct, I'm not going to lie, was, oh, they've tweaked the Palladium. Right. And that was my first instinct. But when I saw it's like, oh, it's a delay reverb pedal, it was completely not what I was anticipating.
Yeah, a few people have said that, but then again, when you listen to Mark and you know his playing and you know what he does and everything, it makes perfect sense.
Absolutely.
You know, he's a big fan of the Silver Lake reverb pedal, and he was a big fan of the Andromeda and everything, liked what they did, and said, how can we take the best elements of those two, tweak it with a few other cool little features and stuff, and put it all into one thing that just does everything he needs from it. And yeah, so far everybody's pretty stoked about it because it's really cool, man. It's got some great features.
Yeah, I've been trying to do a little bit of tweaking before we started rolling, and it's pretty incredible the kind of stuff that you can adjust. There's low-pass filters and high-pass filters. There's modulation built into the delay section. The reverb is very large and lush. So I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of roll around with a little bit of playing. We'll kind of tweak some of the knobs a little bit. I'll kick on the Palladium for a little bit of riffies in a little bit. We're also using an LTD that's loaded with Mark's Alpha and Omega set. I figured that would be most appropriate.
Absolutely.
So if you want to, once we get to some finer features, if you want to say a few things, I'll pass the mic along to you, and let's just have some fun with it.
Okay, sounds good, man. Just again, give them. So right now, you literally, what you're hearing is just the guitar with the Alpha Omegas going right into the Power Stage 170 pedal. So I mean, clean as could be. And let's kick this on now.
Ambient sounds going on.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's another one of those pedals that you could fall down the rabbit hole and just be coming up with new things. You know, Mark wanted something that not only was going to be something to fulfill everything he already does, but also something that would inspire more creativity as well. And I mean, just since, you know, I only just this weekend got to finally play this myself. And it's hard for me not to sit in here and just get wrapped up in it because, yeah, there's amazing textures and stuff. I mean, there's so many cool things. It's got this feature over here for the trails, for the reverb trails. So play a little bit. Really cool thing that I love about this is the fact that it has this setting here for the routing. So some people, when you're using, say if you were using the Silver Lake and the Andromeda, some people prefer to have their delay go into the reverb, or some people like it the other way around, because if you've messed with these enough, you know you're going to get a completely different sound and response depending on where your pedal placement is on your board. This, because it's all wrapped up into one pedal, it solves all that with a twist of a knob. So right now you can have delay into reverb. That's where we've got you at. And then you just twist it. And it just changes subtly, but it changes some of the characteristic of it because now you've got it routed differently. So, there's just so many things you can do with that. Of course, just like with the Silver Lake and the Andromeda. This pedal also has the dynamic expression feature. Do you know what that does? Okay, so dynamic expression, the feature of this is that it will change how it responds, how the delay responds and everything based on how hard or how soft you play. So you can set it to various levels of sensitivity. But then when you play softly, it doesn't respond.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's a feature that just hasn't really been used enough, I think. You know, it's there, and it was one of those things that everybody at Duncan said, okay, this is a cool feature that we should, like...
Let's give it a shot and see what happens.
Right, like, let's do more with that, especially for, you know, if you don't want to have to tap dance that much, to have to turn things on and off or constantly, you can use the dynamic expression to do that as you play and everything. And again, just another thing to help with creativity and... It's got various kinds that you can do. It has the tap switch here if you want to set your own tap tempo for the delay and everything. There's also presets built into it. Yeah, got to get a little trippy on there.
So I gotta ask the grand question that everybody wants to know: how far out do you think this guy is? Do you have any sort of timeline on that?
When right now, as far as I understand, I believe this is supposed to start shipping around March. Okay, that's what I was told. So as far as I know, it's March. Yeah, man, it's really cool. You know, for me, I'm a guitar player, and I've been using these pedals, the Silver Lake and the Andromeda, pretty faithfully now for a year or so. I love them, but I'm super stoked about this pedal because I have a feeling I'm going to be able to get majority of what I want out of it, and even more. I'm excited to see like what kind of stuff it comes up with that I haven't thought about. And that's, you know, that's the fun. We all have fun playing with pedals, right? I mean, it's like it's half of it is just sitting there at home or in the studio or whatever and just going, what can I make this thing do? This is a perfect, you know, option for that. So.
Fantastic. Well, that's a little taste of what the Dark Sun can do. Larry, thank you so much for taking the time. I really appreciate it. And if you guys enjoy this, please show some support. Support Seymour Duncan. I do love their pickups after all. And you will need to click the subscribe button. It's the last day of NAMM. Sorry, I'm tired. Click the subscribe button, turn on your notifications, and come back for more. For Larry and the entire Seymour Duncan crew, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, wishing you all great tone and happy stomping. Cheers, everybody.